Sometimes I wake up out the door, and how you go must be waiting for.
It's C-Trap Beats, baby.
I can't help myself from looking for you.
So, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, back with another video on the beautiful Taro 250 GP1 virus. On this particular video, I'd like to talk more about, is a motorcycle really worth it? Is this something one needs? Being a man, I'll tell you, yeah, a motorcycle honestly is something you should have in your life. Like for those of us that we kind of don't believe in love, no. Honestly, this is the perfect thing to buy, or the perfect thing to have in your life, because I'm telling you, this thing can it's a machine, but the way it makes you feel every single time, you don't even have to ride it. Sometimes you just look at it and you're like, God damn it, this thing is, she's beautiful. She's a little bit dirty. I got trained on, I believe, 2 days ago, so don't mind the tires and all, but generally she looks clean. Anyway, so is a motorcycle worth it? Yeah, definitely it's worth it. But one thing about it is that this thing really drains you. Like your pockets run dry. Like they run hella dry. And but for me, I personally feel like, and I usually tell like most of my friends or people that I also ride with, that I'd prefer, honestly, my bike making me broke than but honestly, this is just one of the best things that can happen to your life. It's just nice, bro. Like, imagine you can be just bored in the house, you can be doing nothing, maybe you're out of work or something, and you don't feel like going home, and you have a machine like this, bro. Just hit the road, bro. Enjoy the machine, feel the way it feels, listen to the pops and crackles. And sometimes like for me, I really like I just like sit down, have a cup of coffee, looking at this thing. Come on, man, this thing is just like, because for me, I look at it and I'm like, this thing really helped me. Like, if it's not for this bike, to be honestly, for me personally, I don't think I'll be mentally stable. This machine came into my life at that point where no one was there in my life. I was really struggling, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, financially. But when this baby came into my life, bruh, I don't think I can say I regret buying it or spending money or even putting more money in it. Sometimes I get pissed off. I'm not gonna lie, I get pissed off because of the amount of money. Sometimes it's just like, yo, I've spent this on you in one day, but in the long run, you're like, well, it's your baby girl. For me, it's my baby girl. So for those I meet, I just call my bike baby girl. I don't think I've given it a name or something. I used to call it Venom because I go by that name, but she's a girl, so I just call her baby girl. And she's beautiful. She's really beautiful. So if you want something to stable you mentally, stable you financially, it's gonna I'm not gonna talk about that, but that's the sacrifice you have to make when you buy this baby. So it's a 250cc, like I said, and it's one of the best things that I can say personally that happened to me. So it's totally worth it. I don't think I've like exhausted if it's worth it having a motorcycle or not. But honestly, I just say, if you're a person that struggles in fitting in, especially in the generation that we live in, if you're a person that you got so much emotions and love and you don't know where to put in, bruh, get yourself a motorcycle. I'm telling you guys, like the amount of love, effort, time you spend with this machine, it's gonna reciprocate. Have you ever like be in a position whereby you just want someone to reciprocate what you give? If you've ever been in that particular situation, I'm telling you, these bikes are the best thing that can ever happen to you. These bikes are the best thing that can ever happen to you. So probably as time goes by, I might upgrade as I'm looking into another bike. Am I gonna sell these? I don't think so. Honestly, I just love this bike. I think if I'm gonna sell this bike, it's going to be like the last option I have on the table. I don't think at any given time I'll sit down and be like, yo, I think baby girl, you have to go. No. I'm gonna stay with this bike. I'm gonna take care of her the same way she has taken care of me. And in the long run, I know sometimes my pockets run dry sometimes, but I'm happy. It just goes on my bike because I know in the end I'm gonna ride her, I'm gonna enjoy her, and everything is gonna just be okay. So a motorcycle is worth the time, it's worth the money, it's worth the sacrifice, it's worth the thought even. You need a motorcycle, you get it. Don't think twice about like, oh, how am I gonna, because having this thing, honestly, like for me, usually people ask me like how much I use for fuel, and honestly, imagine I personally spend like at most 1200, 1300 on fuel. I think this is a 14-16 liter tank, if I'm not wrong, I don't know, and it's V power. I only put V power on my bike, and I use like 12, that I think 1200, because the last time I filled these I used 1200. With 800, still the bike can go at a distance. I don't know, because let me say, like if you fuel this bike with 1000 bob, it's gonna take you like from Nairobi to Nakuru, and to Nakuru you'll just have to like top up. It's not like you're gonna use a whole 1000 bob again, and that's vigorous riding, like pushing the bike to the limit, 1000 bob. So it's worth it, honestly. Really nice, really economical, friendly. As long as you know what you're doing with this thing, it's going to get you to where you are, where you're gonna be. One key thing I'll tell people is that patience is key. When you come to these machines, I felt like anyway, fuck. One thing about this machine is that you need to be really patient with them. You have to learn them. Like for me, when this bike was new, I had a really bad problem with the clutch. The clutch was a pain in the ass. Like damn, no matter what I did or do, I couldn't get used to this. So I just dedicated myself in doing loads and loads of rides till I got the feel of this. And bikes are different. There are some clutches that are just easy going. Others you just they can release some water. They can really get into your head and start like. Because I had an encounter like when this bike particularly was new. I've just taken it from because I bought it at Power Bikes. I was to drive. I was to ride it from Langata all the way to, let's say, let me just say Roysambu. And at one particular time, I think on a roundabout, I don't know, was it the second or third roundabout, I started stalling like crazy, like crazy. I was trying to get this thing to move, it's not. So the clutch, I think the friction zone was, I wasn't so used to where the friction zone was, no matter how hard I tried. But eventually I did. I think in a week or two, I was able to ride this bike without literally stalling the bike. So and also another thing that I'll say, before like you personally thinking of getting a bike, for me, what I did per se, I became a YouTube nerd. So I used to watch tons, and up to date I still watch tons and tons of videos. The way I ride, the way like I get to feel the bike, how it feels and all. Honestly, YouTube played a really big role in making me the rider I am today. and not just YouTube but other Instagram influencers, because I used to follow the likes of if you know Jixabra, there's Vinyl Ride, there's the Extend Mez, Esonke Rafa, MK. So those are the kinds of people I used to follow for me to like ride the bike the way I ride. I know on camera it doesn't really look like I'm going fast, but for a 250cc, I usually say for a 250cc going in speeds of like 145, that's a lot of speed, because I managed to push this bike to 155 kilometers per hour. From the dealership, they do say that the bike can push 166, but 160 I believe, but I don't know about that because I've really pushed this. I ride this bike like the only thing I don't think I've done is redline. I've not redlined the bike, but I've exhausted the the gear. I exhaust the gear because when I did change the exhaust, something I talked it in my other video when I did like the walk around of the bike. When I changed this exhaust, there's usually some physics that usually happens over here. For those are people that are really into bikes, there's something that happens here. It's called back pressure. So with this exhaust, I think it altered whatever usually happens on the exhaust, and now I can't the farthest I can go while I'm pinning that throttle, I think it's at 8,000, and for me it's me pushing that bike to 8,000 revs per minute. Kitambo, or back then I used to pin it, twist the throttle till at 6,000, 7,000, 6,000 I believe, but now it's 8,000. So I haven't done anything to this bike other than the exhaust, and I think the smoked windscreen. I have Rizoma wing mirrors, but on this bike per se you can't see shit with those with those mirrors, because I rode with them for I think, was it a week or two? I think a week after I bought them. But when let me show you. Let me get on this bike. I show you what I mean. Now you see on this position, when those mirrors are here, the only thing that you're gonna see is the handlebar. You're gonna see the handlebar. Yeah, Jenny. Mimi niko sawa. Asante. So when you put those mirrors over here, the only thing you're gonna see is the handlebars. So for me to even see at the back, I had to remove my arm or some, I don't know how I usually did it, because it was usually becoming hectic. You can't see shit. So I think for those I've been planning on, I don't know what I'm gonna do with those mirrors, but I think I'm gonna gift a friend of mine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna gift a friend of mine. Just, I think Kid. I'm gonna give them to Kid. If he's gonna like them, he's gonna want them. These children gave me a role. Oh baby girl, this for you. Anyway, so yeah, a motorcycle, honestly, it's worth it. You can even have a conversation with this bike, bro. People might think you're crazy and all, but bruh, I'm telling you, this thing can just give you some sense of peace in your life you've never gotten to experience. It's just a machine. People might think you're crazy. People might think you're oh, this guy is tripping. Just a fucking machine, but bro, it's just not a machine to me. This is like my baby. I'm honestly, this is my girlfriend, man. I love my bike. I love it so much. And yes, if I do get another bike, I'm not going to limit the amount of love I show this bike, because it has really played a big role in the man I am today. And it has really helped me to stay in check in life, and prioritize those things that are worth prioritizing, it being one of them. So a bike is and will always be worth it. It's gonna be worth the money. It's gonna be worth that thought. It's gonna be worth that pain, because it's gonna reach a time you're gonna go down and all, but it's gonna be worth it. Because I'm telling you, this bike is and will always be the best thing that can ever happen to your life. it's going to be the one of the best things that can ever happen to your life. So if you're out there and you're really thinking of getting into a motorcycle, go ahead, pull that trigger, get yourself a bike. Get yourself a bike, and I'm telling you, you're not gonna regret it. The only thing sometimes you're gonna feel the pinch, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's financially, you're really gonna feel the pinch of it because these babies are really expensive. Yeah. Buying them is okay and everything, but as time goes by, your pockets are gonna cough. But but I'll say it's worth it. It's worth it. Honestly, I really can't say that I'm gonna sell it because I don't wanna spend money on it, bruh. Honestly, I'd rather spend money on my bike than, just love is just something I'm never gonna. That's another story, but yeah, I love this baby. Thank you. So y'all out there, stay safe, ride safe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, ride safe.